Tesla is getting ready to cancel the current version of the Model Y as the big refresh Model Y Juniper is about done and ready to go. In fact, Tesla just announced their official event is happening in October in just a couple of weeks, and this might just be the place we get the big Model Y announcement. I've got some last-minute leaks and info here that you need to know about a potential surprise happening for Model Y in just a couple of weeks. Over the last couple of days, we've gotten some new leaks and rumors that paint the Model Y in a lot of controversy as of right now. So let me tell you what you need to know, talk about how the Model Y might be getting a lot cheaper very soon, also why Tesla might be abandoning it, and also give a huge thanks, of course, to Delete Me for sponsoring this video. Okay, so this is the 2024 Model Y. Obviously, it needs no introduction, but it also sort of looks like the 2023 Model Y, which looks like the 2022 version, 2021. And basically, if we go back to like the original reveal event that showed us the very first Model Y back in 2019, and the vehicle would launch back in 2020, we actually haven't really seen this vehicle change all that much, at least on the outside. That's not super surprising, as Tesla really isn't known for year-over-year upgrades, but they sort of make constant improvements sort of in streams, so they're constantly adjusting things like suspension, they're putting better glass in there for a quieter cabin, reducing outside noise. We've seen them switch over to the Hardware 4 camera system. They switched away from Intel Atom chips to the AMD Ryzen chip. They've added some different sort of elements on the interior, and over the last 4 years or so, this vehicle has been on the market. It has seen improvement after improvement to basically bring us to where we are today. This is the most refined version of the Model Y we've ever seen, but it is starting to look a bit dated compared to other vehicles in the lineup. And while it might be sort of falling behind when you compare it to like the new Model 3 and other things, I do obviously understand why the Model Y is so popular and why it's the world's best-selling car. It definitely strikes the best balance of any Tesla in the lineup in terms of value and practicality and flexibility and comfort and price. The Model 3 has its strengths, same goes for S, X, Cybertruck, but there's something about Model Y that blends all of those so well that it can be your family hauler. You can load that thing up and just go with all the junk in the trunk. But at the same time, if you've got just a couple of, friends you want to go out to dinner or just, drive around for the day, that's also going to be a very comfortable experience as well. And there really isn't a lot the Model Y is missing that shouldn't be coming with a major refresh soon, with the exception of a couple of things that Tesla could do. Obviously, there's a lot that Tesla just can't do or fix with software, but it would be nice to see them bring things like the automatic trunk, for example, over from Model X and the new Model 3, and now even Cybertruck. Well, I guess Cybertruck's got the automatic frunk, but you get the idea. That technology over to Model Y. There must be some sort of missing piece. It must be a newer component in their vehicles, which is why the Model Y doesn't have it, but that would be nice, sort of a nice quality of life thing. I'd also love to see a powered frunk come to Model Y as well. The only Tesla right now that's got it is a Cybertruck, which just seems insane to me, so that seems like a no-brainer that Tesla could easily do and easily add. I guess even if it was a retrofit option, that'd be nice and breathe some new life into the current Model Y. And that's exactly why that as we learn about Tesla's big plans for 2025 and big changes they're going to make, the Model Y is about to be getting some major changes and really getting a refresh to bring it sort of up to speed with other models in the lineup. Because if you sort of look at it right now, the Model 3 has the brand new look, it's got new features, it's got new creature comforts that the Model Y just doesn't have. And while pricing on the Model Y is good, it might be even getting sort of better soon, you might just want to wait for Model Y Juniper and the different things it should have. So of course, I've done extensive coverage on this, but the highlights include that all new design. We might be getting a light bar on the back, maybe even on the front as well. We'd be getting an all new interior with ventilated seats. We'd be getting heated seats in the front as well, improved display. We'd be getting a rear display for back passengers. We'd be getting just lots of really nice creature comforts in this vehicle. And we're also learning that Tesla might be working on 3 or 4 different versions of this. One would be a 5-seat configuration, one would be a 6-seat configuration, which we've never seen before on anything that's not a Model X. Also a new 7-seat configuration with a little bit more room in there. And then there's been a lot of talks about a Model Y Juniper that's a cheaper model, that they basically would sort of take away some of the higher end features, maybe less glass and leather and premium materials, but sell it for a cheaper price. That would be super cool and does seem to, according to evidence, be closer to launching than ever before. Even Tesla says they're launching a new budget version of a Tesla model very soon, and we're hearing that's going to be based off the Model Y. But as exciting as this all is, this does does also lead to a lot of controversy with Tesla's lineup right now. I know that so many of you guys watching my videos here are interested in a Model Y, but you just don't know if you should buy or wait. I've made videos covering that. But even all that sort of excluded, I think there are three big things you need to know about the Model Y line right now, and some big changes we'll see from Tesla really for all models in the next couple of months or so, and definitely into 2025. This first point is both good news and bad news, and that is that Tesla is canceling the current Model Y. They are going to begin winding down production of this current model as they ramp up production and switch things over for the new Model Y Juniper. They just can't really make both at once, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense. So this current version that we've got, the 2024 version, is going to go goodbye. Now, the potential good news here is that what we've seen before from Tesla is when they're trying to clear out inventory, they're usually very incentivized to try to not give these cars away for free, but throw a lot of incentives in there and freebies to get you to make that purchase. So in addition to the lower APR rates we're seeing right now, we could see things like free color upgrades, free wheel upgrades, free interior color options, maybe some sort of discount on FSD, free supercharging, maybe we get different seat configurations. There's a lot that Tesla could do here, a lot of demand levers they could pull, and especially as they're trying to sort of clear out their inventory, because once Model Y Juniper comes, that's what people are going to want. I think there definitely is a case to be made that the best time to buy a Model Y might not be until the end of the year, maybe near Q4, as we could potentially see some even more aggressive pushes and incentives from Tesla to get these cars off the lot. Maybe that's a price cut, it's freebies, it's some other special deal, definitely something to look out for. And if you're in the market for a Model Y and you want this current version, might just be worth waiting until the end of the year as Tesla gets desperate to get rid of these before Juniper. And as the fate of the Model Y is a bit in flux right now, the same goes for our personal info as well, like our name, our email address, our phone number, our address. To no fault of our own, all this stuff is just floating around online, and I don't know about you guys, but I want to put an end to it, which is exactly why I'm partnering with the experts over at Delete Me to delete my personal info from the web, and they can delete yours too as well. Delete Me's mission is to get your personal info off the web and make sure it stays off the web. You provide just a handful of info when you sign up, and then their team of experts go to work contacting the people search websites and the data brokers who host your info and getting it all removed on your behalf. And I promise you that right now, at this exact moment you're watching this video, your personal info is on these random websites and people search websites and floating around hundreds or thousands of random websites you've never heard of before. It is time to delete that stuff and get rid of it, which is exactly what Delete Me is here to do. They're gonna put a stop to that. You'll get a full privacy report in 7 days. It shows you what of your info was found and removed online, and also you get access to this super sleek Delete Me dashboard. It shows you some of the most important info you need to know about right at a glance. Also, this isn't like a one-time thing either. The Delete Me experts are constantly looking for new websites popping up and requesting your info to be removed on your behalf. They're doing it every 3 months, and I'll use my own example as a use case here. The Delete Me experts on my behalf have reviewed over 22,000 listings and have removed my info from hundreds, if not thousands of sites. At this point, it is crazy. Websites I've never heard of, all thanks to the experts there who are sort of working on my behalf, working on my side, and doing some amazing work, which I really appreciate. So now is the perfect time, especially with all these data leaks and random data brokers and websites. You want to get your info off the web and make sure it stays off the web. Name, address, email, all that personal stuff, your personal address. So now is the time to get started. Hit the link down below or head to joindeleteme.com/Rosenfeld20 and use the code Rosenfeld20 to get 20% off all consumer plans. Now is the time, folks. Don't delay. Again, get your info off the web. I've had some bad experiences and I don't want that to happen to you. Again, joindeleteme.com/Rosenfeld20 and use the code Rosenfeld20 to get 20% off all consumer plans. Something else you gotta know, of course, is that with the cancellation of the current Model Y, the Model Y Juniper is basically ready to go. We don't know the extent of mass production of this vehicle just yet, but we've seen multiple models driving around sort of masked on the front and the back. We know Tesla at least has some of these vehicles built. They're doing some finalized testing, and this thing is ready to go. And also because the Model Y, the Juniper refresh, is going to share so much of the same DNA as the Model 3 Highland, there's a lot of kinks kinks that were already sort of worked out ahead of time so Tesla can streamline production and be ready to go. Now, in terms of timeline, we're hearing that there is going to be a 5-seat option first, and then later on, we would see a 6-seat option and a 7-seat option sometime later on next year, though according to Chinese suppliers, it's unclear if these are just going to be Chinese exclusive features to start, then come to other categories or countries and territories around the world, or if this will remain just a China Tesla exclusive feature, sort of not in other markets, which would be a little bit disappointing because I feel like there's a 6-seat and 7-seat option in other places would be just kind of really nice to see in general. With that said, though, if you do decide to jump on the Model Y right now, there is some cause for concern that we're seeing, and that is Tesla beginning to sort of not show attention to some of their older vehicles. Now, one of the big advantages the current Model Y does have right now is that it has all the latest sort of Tesla software stuff. So it's got hardware for cameras, it's got the newer AMD Ryzen processor, so it's well equipped to handle all the new versions of full self-driving and stuff like that. But if the rumors are true that the new Model Y Juniper would have hardware 5 and it would have a new camera system and things like that, we could see Tesla begin to prioritize the newer vehicles more and give less attention to the older models, which is what we're starting to sort of see right now with Tesla sort of delaying features and updates for vehicles with the Intel Atom processor or those hardware 3 vehicles, really prioritizing right now hardware 4 vehicles and sort of the newer systems they have to work with. So keep in mind that if you buy a Model Y right now, 2 or 3 years down the road, you might be sort of disappointed that your car might not be getting the same updates that newer cars are getting, which for some people is a big deal, some people not, but something to keep in mind at least. We also know that Tesla is planning some other big changes for the Model Y as well in 2025. Like I mentioned a moment ago, there is a cheaper Model Y planned that would sort of be more of a mini version, sort of a crossover maybe between the Model 3 and Model Y a little bit more. That would sort of be the new budget entry-level model. That would be very cool to see. And then in sort of an addition to Model Y, Tesla does have some pretty big plans for 2025 that'll make some Tesla fans happy and some not so happy. Of course, we know the big event happening really soon is the October 10th event. This is where Tesla is going to show off the robotaxi, the cybercab, how that works, and some sort of last-minute info on this suggests 2 things. One is that this might be revealed at the Warner Brothers lot in Burbank, which would be sort of a first from Tesla, I believe. They haven't done an event outside their Giga Texas headquarters in a while now, so that would be interesting. And also we're learning that this robotaxi cybercab might be the first Tesla to finally utilize wireless charging. Some last-minute patents have sort of come online that some are suggesting will be for the robotaxi, which would make sense with this autonomous vehicle, not having to sort of have someone plug it into charge, sort of just driving up to a wireless charging pad and charging that way might actually make sense as a good way to go for this new Tesla. In terms of other Tesla updates to come for 2025, we are still waiting for potentially Model S and Model X refresh that has been rumored for over a year now that we still haven't seen, so hopefully that comes sometime soon. We know that Tesla will soon end the Foundation series for the Cybertruck, so you'll be able to order a regular, non-$20,000 premium priced Cybertruck if you're interested in that. That'll be super interesting to see. We've heard talk about the next generation Roadster possibly being on the table for 2025. And then in terms of Model 3, since that car got a lot of updates, I probably wouldn't expect anything big to change with that car in the next 12-ish months or so. And then in terms of sort of software updates that could come to other Teslas in the lineup, we know that Tesla's working obviously on their full self-driving plans. They actually just released sort of an update to their timeline for full self-driving features, and this is definitely where Tesla is focusing their time and attention and resources these days, for better or for worse. So in terms of like new vehicles for 2025, I would definitely expect the Model Y Juniper, those variations, to be the biggest to look out for. But that's kind of what we know about Tesla's plans for 2025 right now. The other interesting part to all this is that Tesla has now officially announced their October 10th event is happening in Los Angeles. Details on this are sparse, at least from official words from Tesla, though I will say that if you're a Tesla shareholder, you can enter on the Tesla's investor relations website for a chance to attend. They say space is super limited, but you can enter for a chance to go, which would be super cool. But the reason this is particularly interesting is for a couple of reasons. Obviously, we know the focus of this will likely be on the cybercab, robotaxi, that whole deal. But there's also a chance, a good opportunity here, for Tesla to lay out their vision for Model Y Juniper and finally announce that major upgrade while all eyes are on them. Now, look, I'm not going to say it's for sure going to happen. I'm not here to say it's not going to happen. Elon has teased this as being one of the most monumental events since the launch of the original Model 3. And while, the emphasis is going to be on Cybercab, there might be a good opportunity while all eyes are on Tesla for them to reveal or at least give a sneak peek at what is coming next with Model Y Juniper. What we've also seen from Tesla is for them to announce something and then release it a little later on, or at least announce something in one market, then bring it to other markets around the world. So I think if they could sort of tease what the 2025 Model Y could look like, if they could announce and reveal it, then take orders and then ship it later in 2025, that may make a lot of sense. But with a couple of surprises expected for this event, and now that it's officially happening, don't count out a Model Y announcement or some sort of adjacent announcement at the October 10th event happening really soon. Totally could not happen, but it's also on the table as a possibility that I really hope we could see. So I'm curious, what are your thoughts on all this? Your thoughts on Tesla's plans for 2025? Your thoughts on Model Y Juniper being basically ready to go? Are you interested in Model Y Juniper? Are you waiting for that vehicle or are you not? Drop a comment down below and let me know. Also, if you made it to the very end of the video, I appreciate you first off. And also, if you want a free way to win some Amazon money, all you gotta do is 3 simple things. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below, and in that comment, just somewhere in there, tell me what 2 + 2 equals, just so I know you stayed to the very end, and I'll give away some free Amazon money as a thank you from me to you for your support. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. I'm Robert Rosenfeld, and I'll see you all in the next one.